Storm Tracker 7 weather is presented by Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
Good Wednesday evening to you, Storm Tracker 7 Chief Meteorologist Jeff Booth here. Temperatures have bounced up a degree. It's 60 right now here in Wheeling, 60 in Moundsville, 58 in Steubenville. We are in the upper 50s, low 60s across the area. I want to point something out, though. Our dew points are in the upper 50s, low 60s. The air very, very saturated. If you're not seeing light drizzle, a mist, kind of spit and drizzle out there, or even some fog, well, you have a very good shot at seeing it. So we've got very saturated air, and then we throw on top of it light winds. Those winds have backed off in spots. These are the perfect ingredients for fog, and it looks like our fog forecast tomorrow morning has us down to less than a mile of visibility in Wheeling, New Martinsville, Caldwell, Woodsfield, Cadiz by 6 a.m. And even if you're not looking with that, you will definitely have in some of those spots pockets where you have visibility down to less than a mile by 6 a.m. It looks like we're going to have some fog in the river valleys, and it's going to get a little worse as you move out to the western portion of the area. A little better chance for thicker fog, at least. You can see as we hit 7 o'clock, we still have that reduced visibility out to the west. But as we start on heading towards 8 and beyond, we start getting a higher sun angle. It burns off that fog. But still, you're going to be out and about between roughly about 4:30 and about 7:30 tomorrow morning. You're going to have a decent shot at seeing some of that patchy fog, so just keep that in mind. And part of the reason we have all that low-level moisture, this was the scene. A rainy start to the day out at the Shadyside Marina earlier today. Yeah, we were dealing with lots of rain out there. It didn't add up to a ton, but still, we've been getting enough that it does add up once you kind of look at the whole precipitation in the aggregate. But you can see a little bit of moisture trying to show up on the radar. Not all this necessarily getting to the surface. Some of this could be some false reflectivities as well. But we are getting word of a little light drizzle, a little light mist out there in some spots. And even if you're not seeing it on the radar, that is likely because, well, that is because the radar beam is shooting over it. So it's not actually seeing the precip, and that's just how low level the moisture is. So here's kind of what we have happening on the bigger picture. You can see that moisture slowly pushing off to the east. That's going to set us up for a decent one tomorrow, at least compared to where we have been. We're going to be closer to average as the jet stream starts to push off a little bit to the north, mostly to partly cloudy. But this right here, this little pocket of instability is going to start to swing our way on Friday, and it's going to drive in the next system, cooler with off and on rain through the day on Friday. And as it starts to depart out on Saturday, we have a few early showers, then decreasing clouds, but it does look like we'll pick up the chance for rain on Friday with a little rain lingering on into Saturday. But tomorrow morning, again, after a little light mist out there tonight, you can't rule out some patchy, dense fog and spots. We get on towards lunchtime tomorrow, looking at some cloud cover, and we do see a couple breaks in the clouds in the afternoon, but that could lead to a couple of spotty showers. Don't expect a lot. Not everybody's getting it. You just can't rule out a lingering spotty shower out there tomorrow afternoon. Most of it's going to stay dry with a high of 75, though. And then, again, that rain returns on Friday with a high of 67, a little cooler. And by Saturday, looking at a high of 67 with some early showers. We should get some afternoon clearing, and then we're back up to 70. We'll take that on Sunday. 77 on Monday. We are warming back into the low in the mid-80s by Tuesday and Wednesday. It's going to feel like summer. I think it's time for the Aloha shirts.